Clint Cosgrove, Rivals.com, here with the head coach of Notre Dame, Coach Marcus Freeman. Coach, can't thank you enough for coming on Coach's Corner and talking a little Notre Dame football, man.
I appreciate you having me, Clint.
Yeah, I mean, this is special. I mean, Notre Dame is an iconic program, known for having some of the greatest coaches, some of the greatest teams of all time. What has it been like to take over such a storied program at such a young age? And then what was your mindset when taking over the program?
Well, I think the mindset was a whirlwind. It all happened really fast, and you didn't have much time really to comprehend the magnitude of this opportunity. But listen, it's an unbelievable opportunity for me, very humbling. It's a great honor to lead this football program, but at some point, you got to get to work, and that's what we've done as a coaching staff. And obviously, right now in the middle of the season, the focus is trying to prepare this team each week to have success on Saturdays.
No question. You mentioned humble, and I talk with a lot of your recruits. Both them and their parents rave about you, not only as a coach and recruiter, but as a person. I actually reached out to a couple of them this morning when I found out that we were going to have time to meet, and I got some themes from them. And, some of the things that came across were a great vibe and personality. He's down to earth and humble. You would never know who he is if you just met him out somewhere. He's funny and relatable. One of your commits said he understands what we're going through, not only the struggles, but what it takes to get to the next level. And then another one of your commits, and this one really hit me, was, Coach talks about life after football. The Notre Dame network. He teaches us more than just football by just the way he goes about his business and the things he does with his family. I could say no to a lot of places, but for some reason, I couldn't say no to Coach Freeman. The recruiting classes, they speak for themselves that you've put together in your short amount of time. But what makes you different as a recruiter, and how do you approach recruiting?
I think you got to be authentic and be who you are. I think the more time you spend with somebody, they're going to get to know the real you. And so for me, it's to be authentic. And the way I feel about this place and what it can do for young people, I try to convey that to them and to their parents and really help them understand the magnitude of what the University of Notre Dame and this football program is all about. But it's being able to connect with them, and on a larger scale of helping them reach their current goals, which are try to play for national championships and be developed to the NFL, but also their long-term goals that maybe sometimes they don't even see. And so, the ability to show them there is a life after football, and a place like Notre Dame can truly help them in their transition from football, which we don't know when that's going to be, but at some point it's going to happen. So I think the biggest word is authenticity and be who you are.
For sure. This is the first time I've had an opportunity to talk with you, but your authenticity definitely shows through, whether it be interviews, whether it be just my interactions with your recruits, players, whatever it is. And I think part of that is you were a highly recruited All-American coming out of high school. You played at Ohio State, you played at the NFL, and unlike a number of other college head coaches, I understand you don't need to play to be a good coach, but you've actually lived their life. You've been in their shoes. How has your experience as a player molded who you are as a coach today?
I think the biggest thing is the ability to tell these young people that I've been in your shoes. If you said, I understand the difficulties you have in making a decision like this, but I also try to get them to see that, probably at that age, I didn't see life after football. I was more concerned with just football, and when you're on the front end of this thing, you probably don't see life after football. But for me to explain to them, hey, I've been in your shoes, but now I'm on the other side of it. And there is a life after football that you have to make sure you prepare for but also not cheating, obviously, your current goals and what you want to accomplish in football. So I think they understand that. When you tell them certain things, they understand that you say this because you had real life experiences in it. And, the part is I went through it again almost as a recruit when I left Cincinnati and decided to come to Notre Dame. And I told them, it's not an easy decision. I get it. I went through it as a 35 or 34-year-old man, but it's still, you have to have reasonings for making your decision, make your decision, and run as fast as you can. And I think it's something they can truly understand and relate to.
For sure. I mean, you're a little younger than me, but we were in high school at the same time. And I mean, looking back at it, it was, you have that tunnel vision. It's all about football. You know, you see nothing else. You're like, you football, the NFL, and then the NFL, and I'm either done or I go and coach football. But there is so much more to it. And especially at a place like Notre Dame, you know, with the academics and the support and the network that you have. And I think, you know, a lot of that obviously leads towards the recruiting classes that you've had, but a lot of that credit goes to you and the connection you make with the players. You know, Notre Dame as a college speaks for itself, but how about as a football player and, you know, coming to play for you? If I am a top level recruit and I have an offer to play for Notre Dame, why should South Bend be my destination, coach?
Well, I try not to make this about me, although I plan to be the head coach for these young guys I'm recruiting for a long time. And what I tell them is being their head coach isn't a 4-year term. It is a lifelong decision. And part of that is making sure they have that short-term success that they want, right, in the present, but also when I say I want to be their head coach for the longevity of their lives, I want to open up doors for when they're done playing. And that's what makes this place so special, is the doors that it opens with an education from Notre Dame. When you join this network, that's what makes this place so unique that I probably didn't know. I really didn't know as a young person in terms of what is the magnitude of the Notre Dame network of this university. And that's what I try to get them to see. There's been many successful football players, because that's who they relate to, that have come through this program, played at the highest level, but now are some of the most powerful people in this world. And what I try to show them, this can be you. You can do everything you want in college, and you can go to the NFL, but also when you're late 30s and 40s and 50s, you're able to have success. And that's, to me, what makes this place and this university really special.
For sure. Yeah, it is a special place. I've been there. I wasn't lucky enough to be offered by Notre Dame, but I did go down there on a unofficial visit at one point. And, you know, you walk in that stadium and you can feel the past, you can feel the history. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I'll finish with this. You know, what's next for the program, Coach? You know, under your leadership, what can we expect moving forward? And, you know, where's Notre Dame headed?
Well, right now we're getting prepared for Syracuse. You know, and we're focusing on the present right now. But, you know, we're building the foundation for what we see as a program that's going to sustain success. And you can't pick up where, you know, Coach Kelly and left this place, where he got this place to. You just don't change head coaches and say, okay, we're just going to pick up right where he left it. You have to truly build your foundation, and you have to get this place built on your morals and your values. And that's what we're doing now. We're creating a new foundation for our future. But the special things this place offers you will never change. And the bright future that I believe we have here is soon to come.
No question. I'm very impressed just from, you know, talking with the kids and the parents. It's not often that they just rave and rave about a head coach. And my mom absolutely loves you as well. So she's going to be really excited when she sees this. So, but I can't thank you enough, Coach. Best of luck this weekend against Syracuse and the rest of the way. And we look forward to watching you in the coming years as the head coach in Notre Dame.
Thanks for having me, Clint.